Welcome everybody. We've got a full room here. It is a Saturday edition of the Studio C Sessions, made possible by Wayside Furniture and Blind and Sons. And joining us on stage now, we welcome Mr. Paul Thorn. Let's give it up for Paul. Yes. So Paul is playing tonight over at the Goodyear Theater, just a couple miles right down Market Street here. And Paul is just a terrific songwriter, troubadour, and it's nice to meet you in person. Thanks for being here, Paul.
I'm glad I got invited.
Yes. And we got a nice packed room of Summit members. Can you believe these are the people that support this radio station, and they give us money to keep us going?
I'm selling out tiny rooms all over the country.
Hey, that is a good thing. That is A-okay. And big rooms like Goodyear Theater tonight, and you'll have full band. How big of a band is it for
it's
tonight?
It's a 5-piece band.
Five-piece?
My band, I'm proud to say, has been together for 27 years.
Nice. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And at the core, though, I think of Paul Thorn as a great songwriter, storyteller, troubadour, the guy with the guitar. So let's jump in and do a first song here. What do you want to play for your first selection today?
Well, I was thinking about that. I think I'm going to start off with a song about a girl I grew up with. Her family was all Jehovah's Witness. And before I go any further, I don't have nothing against the Jehovah's Witness. God bless them all. They're wonderful people. Sometimes they the only people that will talk to you. And she left home at 18 and she was having trouble paying her bills. She came to me crying, said, Paul, I can't pay my rent. How am I going to get some money so I don't have to go back and live with mom and them? Well, I gave her some advice on how she can make some extra money. And this song tells her triumphant story. She drives a new car, wears expensive blouses. She tells her mama she's cleaning houses. She goes out witnessing, doing the Lord's work all week. But on the weekend, she's making ends meet. Johnny, the Jehovah Witness stripper, put $1 in her G-string and she'll deliver. If her daddy only knew, he'd probably kill her. Johnny, the Jehovah Witness stripper. One night down at the club, her daddy walked in. He didn't recognize his daughter dancing. She wore a blonde wig, he had sunglasses. When she got naked, he started clapping. For Johnny, the Jehovah Witness stripper, put $1 in her G-string and she'll deliver. If her daddy only knew, he'd probably kill her. Johnny, the Jehovah Witness stripper. If you ask her why she does it, she looks at it this way. She says, I'm counting my blessings every night when I get paid. I forgot the words of my song, but I'm gonna say some words that don't make sense. Johnny, the Jehovah Witness stripper, this is pitiful. Put $1 in her G-string and she'll deliver. If her daddy only knew, he'd probably kill her. Johnny, the Jehovah Witness stripper. Man, I am so embarrassed because I forgot the words of the bridge, and my mind drifted, and I was thinking about my washing machine needs to get fixed back home. It just that came in my head, and I forgot. I'm sorry. I'm gonna make up for it on this next song, whatever it is.
That's perfect. That's well, hey, it's live radio. Like, that's the good stuff, you know?
Maybe it's better that way.
Yeah. These slight things that could only happen in that moment. That's what's great about music. Paul Thorn is our guest for another Summit Members Studio C session. And the band will be playing. The Paul Thorn Band is at Goodyear Theater here tonight. So tell us a little bit about Life is Just a Vapor, the new album.
Well, you know, it's out. I'm doing songs off of it, and it's getting a good response. It's getting played a lot on all the radio, like XM radio, and you guys are playing it.
Yep.
And it's been in the top 10 on the Americana charts for several weeks, and I'm really happy about it.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. It's a few years in the making, right? Wasn't it about 5 years between records?
Yeah. Just I got sidetracked by alcohol.
Oh,
I really did. I had
Yeah.
a problem drinking. I quit drinking though, and I'm
Very
feeling
good.
better. And I don't look better, but I feel better.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and everybody went through those couple of years too. The COVID years.
Yeah.
Were you kind of stuck at home in Tupelo during all of that? Tupelo, Mississippi.
Yeah, everybody was.
Right.
I nobody expected the world to stop, But
Yeah.
But I did. I didn't do nothing but just stay around the house like everybody else.
Yeah. Was that a time that was good for you, like creating music and coming up with ideas, or?
Yeah, I wrote. I wrote the song "Tough Times Don't Last" during the pandemic.
Yep.
Because I was really drinking hard at that time.
Okay.
I was drinking so much that I would alternate liquor stores, so they wouldn't see me so much.
Oh,
You know what I
wow.
mean?
Yeah. Well, that song has been kind of the lead radio track, the song we've been focused in on for the last several months on the station here, off of Life is Just a Vapor. Tell us a little bit more about Tough Times Don't Last.
Well, I just did.
Yeah, right. I guess so. Can we hear Tough Times Don't Last?
Yeah.
How
All
about
right.
that?
This ain't no pleasure cruise. We ain't riding on a gravy train. We're standing in line at the liquor store, wondering who will stop the rain. Tough times don't last. Tough people do. They find a way to make it through. If they can do it, or maybe we can too. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. We can't go to town, we're stuck on a porch. There's poison in the summer breeze, but we got some Mexican cornbread and a bushel of black-eyed peas. Tough times don't last. Tough people do. They find a way to make it through. If they can do it, or maybe we can too. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. We got demons in the closet and junk in the yard, enough to fill a big truckload. The garbage man's willing to haul it away, but we've got to take it to the road. Tough times don't last. Tough people do. They find a way to make it through. If they can do it, or maybe we can too. Tough times don't last, but tough people do.
Well, we are live. It's another Wayside Furniture and Blind and Sons Studio C session. A packed room of Summit members in here with Paul Thorn. Give it up again for Paul Thorn. Thanks so much for being here. Before tonight's show at Goodyear Theater, and so we mentioned you're from the fine city of Tupelo, Mississippi, famous for being the home, the birthplace, right, of Elvis Presley.
It's the birthplace of Elvis Presley, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, so tell us a little bit about, and you grew up there, right? You're from Tupelo through and through, pretty much?
Yeah. Well, I was born in Kenosha, Wisconsin, but my father was a preacher, and we moved to the South when I was a baby, so I don't remember it. I lost my accent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I lost my northern accent.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yes. And so to this day, then, does the influence of Elvis Presley kind of loom large in that area?
Oh, yeah. Elvis at one time was the most famous person on the planet.
Right.
And he's still very popular. But, sadly, as time goes by, I'm noticing the kids coming up, they're not interested in Elvis,
Yeah.
But everything and everybody will be forgotten somewhere down the road. But Elvis left a mark that it'll never be rivaled. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and there's a lot of music history between Elvis and talk a little bit about the blues, the Mississippi Delta blues, and whereabouts is that compared to where you are in Tupelo?
All the Delta and all that blues and stuff. That's a couple hours away from me, but I go down there and play about once a year. Yeah.
Yep.
And the blues is still a big deal.
Yeah. So a day in the life. What is a day in the life of Paul Thorn? Like when you're not touring and doing music and everything, what do you do back home?
Well, when I get home, I look and see if the dishes need to be washed, and I'll try to do a load of laundry if I can.
Nice.
And I'll go out there and put some Roundup on the weeds.
Jeez.
And just the normal stuff. It sounds mundane, but when you travel for a living, getting to do those kind of things, it's a thrill.
Yeah.
I love going home and just sweeping off the carport. Because I'm away from home a lot. So when people ask me what's the greatest place I go to, I always say home.
Yeah.
Although I do love doing what I do, and I've been fortunate to have a career with it.
But having that normal life must be just kind of a nice relief from out and about and touring.
Oh yeah. And growing up in Tupelo, I'm gonna go in a different direction right here. But growing up in Tupelo, I was in a Pentecostal household. My daddy was a preacher, a Pentecostal, and we would have evangelists comes to our church every once in a while and do like a week-long revival. And my favorite evangelist was this woman named Geraldine. And her ministry was she had a ventriloquist doll that she would tell the children, and the adults enjoyed it too. But I was 10 years old at that time, and her dummy's name was Ricky. And they traveled around the state and their ministry was called Geraldine and Ricky. And I wrote a song that's on the new record. It's called Geraldine and Ricky. And, I never really knew what happened to Geraldine and Ricky as the years went past. I did see him. The highlight of her life was she was on the Bill Gaither Gospel Hour. You remember that show?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Well, she was on that. That was the pinnacle of her career. But other than that, I didn't know what happened to her. So I made up this story about a toxic woman who abuses her dummy, which describes it's kind of like a song about a toxic woman and a dummy. It could be some of them in the room today. But I just made up a story. He lives in a box by the VCR. Every weekend she puts him in the car, spreading good news, going church to church. A ventriloquist duo doing the Lord's work. She pulls him out of a burlap sack. She puts her right hand behind his back, throwing her voice while pulling on a cord, telling clean jokes and teaching about the Lord. Geraldine and Ricky went head made of hickory, Geraldine and Ricky. They made one appearance on the Bill Gates show. They did a whole set and then he let them go. They're on the CD reunion number 9. They got them a lawyer, but they never saw a dime. Geraldine and Ricky went together like Bobby and Whitney. A one-man woman and a head made of hickory, Geraldine and Ricky. Little Ricky sure was hard to console when he found out he didn't have a soul. Geraldine married a rich dying man. She threw poor Ricky in the garbage can. Geraldine and Ricky went together like Bobby and Whitney. A one-man woman and a head made of hickory, Geraldine and Ricky. A nice old lady found Ricky in the trash. She gave him love and a place to crash. Geraldine's karma came down like rain. Her hair fell out and she went insane. Geraldine and Ricky went together like Bobby and Whitney. A one-man woman and a head made of hickory, Geraldine and Ricky. Geraldine and Ricky.
Paul Thorn is our guest here in Studio C on the Summit FM. I'm Brad Savage. We've got a great audience of Summit members here. And that's another song off Life is Just a Vapor, which is out now and available now. So tell us, when the new album came out and you're touring in support of that, what's different now compared to some of your earlier records when you were starting out, technology-wise or otherwise, about music biz?
Well, I had a couple guests on my record. Joe Bonamassa played on a track.
Yep, very nice.
And Luther Dickinson from the North Mississippi All Stars, he played on it.
Yep.
And my new guitar player, he was previously Leon Russell's guitar player.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, so
okay.
I lucked up getting him, and but it's the same thing. It's just it took us a long time. It took me a long time to get the right songs, and without songs, it's just noise.
Sure.
And I wanted to make sure I had some songs I felt good about, and I did.
Are people still excited about, buying the LP, like the physical record, or are most people kind of like streaming or doing computer type stuff now?
Yeah, a big part of my business has always been for years CD sales. That was a big deal, but they're going the way of the dinosaur. They're done.
Yeah.
And there's a small group of people that buys vinyl. We put vinyl out, but we don't sell the volume like we used to because, music's on your phone now.
Right.
Anything you want to hear is right there.
I mean, it's like you're carrying the whole library of recorded music on your pocket computer.
Yeah, it takes the romance out of it, though, because
Yeah.
I used to love to put a record on and hear that little crackle. And sit there and actually look at the album cover and study it and read the notes.
Yep.
That was really something.
Yeah.
But that's gone.
Does music still mean as much to people, do you think?
I think so, but the difference now is there's so much music. Mm-hmm. I put this record out, Life is Just a Vapor, but my record is just a needle in a haystack.
Sure.
Because there's so many other records coming out and so many options, and it's so hard to get attention on anything now.
Yep.
It's just like I recently got on TikTok. So it's something I got to do.
Yes,
and I think I've got like a little over 4,000 followers. But if you scroll one down, there's a girl that works in a coffee shop, and she walks around in a bikini, and she's got 4 million followers, and all she does is fix coffee.
I think I'm subscribed to her, actually.
Yeah. You find out who your friends are.
Well, it's a different world for the music biz, but there is power in like writing the songs and creating the connection in music. I mean, is that something that still kind of drives you and moves you to keep doing what you do?
Well, one thing that will never change, if you've got a great song, it will find an audience at some point, you know. And if you've got a great song, that's all you need, you know.
Yep.
And I'm not saying I have one, but when one pops, you know.
Well, I think what's interesting about you, I saw Paul perform at the Grand Ole Opry last fall, and it's such an amazing venue. There's 4,000 people in there. It was one of the nights that the Shootouts were playing. Our hometown heroes were on the same show, and you came out there and just commanded the crowd, some of which were your fans and aware of what you do, and many of them were not, but you make a good first impression. So how do you kind of just lay down that little gauntlet there and be like, here's what I do, here's who I am?
Well, my dad was a preacher, and I got a lot of what I do from him. Because a preacher talks about God, but they also have to be entertainers.
Yep.
And when my dad would come out and preach, he would always tell a little joke or something to lighten it up, and then he'd go into the meat of the message and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And my uncle, his brother, was a pimp. And I'm for real. I mean, a real pimp that made his living off females. And he had a gift for gab, and he was my babysitter a lot. I've had prostitutes take me to the mall. And my uncle tell them what he wanted them to do. Yeah.
Well, Paul Thorn is our guest. I don't think we've ever had that particular life experience shared in Studio C before. Yeah. That's pretty great. How about another song for us here today? Yeah.
I'm going to slow it down right here. And, everybody's saddened about the passing of Jill Sabu. Yep. I knew her, and she was a sweetheart. And I'm going to sing a song that's on the album Life is Just a Vapor. I wrote this song when my mom and dad started developing dementia. They're still alive, but they're slowly kind of slipping away in their minds, And so the song I wrote for my mom and dad, I want to sing this for the memory of Jill. This goes out to Jill. She was precious. First thing every day, we hold hands and pray. We get another chance to start brand new. Back when we were strong, we told the world, bring it on. But real life has a way of humbling you. Old melodies bring back precious memories. We used to say we've only just begun. Amazing Grace used to be our favorite song, but now it's We Shall Overcome. As the world has turned, there's many things we've learned. Life is good, but it's not always fair. Whatever we're going through, someone else is struggling too. Every living soul has a cross to bear. Old melodies bring back precious memories. We used to say we've only just begun. Amazing Grace used to be our favorite song, but now is we shall overcome. I love the way you laugh. You're my better half. There's a place in my heart only you can feel. I'm thankful I've got you. I hope you know you've got me too. Any mountain up ahead is just a hill. Old melodies bring back precious memories. We used to say we've only just begun. Amazing Grace used to be our favorite song, but now is we shall overcome. Well, now is we shall overcome.
Beautiful. Very, very well done with Paul Thorn in our Studio C sessions, and dedicated to the memory of Jill Sobule, who was here just less than 2 weeks ago and sadly died tragically in a house fire. You just never know. You just don't know. You got to live each day to the fullest, and share the music and the love of the world around us. So, Paul, I got to bring up this. This is a little known fact. Before you were a musician, will you please share with us a little bit about your professional boxing career?
I was a professional boxer. I was a top 10 contender. I was in the top 10, and the highlight of my career was in '88. I fought on national television against Roberto Duran. Yeah, it's on YouTube. Yeah, you can watch it. Don't watch it on your phone right now. That's rude. Yeah. But yeah, the fight was scheduled for 10 rounds. And I hung with him for 6 rounds, and I gave a good account of myself. But after 6 rounds, I had a horrific cut over my eye, and my lip was split really bad. And they stopped the fight between the 6th and the 7th. But I got some punches in. Yeah. And I busted his eye open, and I'm really happy about that. And there's probably nobody in this room today that can say that they honestly got to ride in the back of an ambulance with Roberto Duran. Because we both had to go get stitched up, and we laid beside each other. He was on one side and I was on the other. Wow. Where did that fight occur? It was in Atlantic City, New Jersey, at the Tropicana Hotel and Casino. Yeah. Wow. And it was something. And people, his nickname was Hands of Stone, Manos T Piedra, and he did hit hard. But there's guys in this room that can hit hard. That's not uncommon. But what made him special is he was incredibly hard to hit. It was unbelievable. It was like, how when you push a magnet a certain way to another magnet, instead of coming, it goes back. Yeah. That's how I was trying to hit him. He had a gift. I mean, he was like, Tiger Woods had it in golf, Michael Jordan had it in basketball, and then people like Roberto Duran had it in a fist fight. But I lost the fight, and I had 3 more fights after I lost to Duran. I won them all, but at the end of the day, I realized that I was a good fighter, but I wasn't great. And I knew that I realized that I wasn't going to be a world champion. And so, I've had naysayers go, Paul, how come you quit boxing? And I say, I didn't quit. I took it as far as I could take it. There's a difference. Mm-hmm. And anyway, that's my little 2 cents on that.
Yeah. Do you ever get recognized for that from like boxing enthusiasts and people that have no idea you're doing music now?
Well, diehard fans know me, but I was never a household name, like Mike Tyson or anything like that. I was very good, but not great, and there's just a difference that I learned that, by facing him,
Amazing. Yeah. Well, and good news for everyone in the room. My 11-year-old son David is back here, and he just brought up the YouTube footage. So he's.
Hey, I need to say something to David.
Yeah, he's right here.
Hey, man, how old are you, David? 11. Okay, David, I need you to do me a favor. Tell your friends about me because my fans are dying.
He needs younger fans, right?
Tell your friends.
Yeah. Right. Well, isn't that interesting though? We've all been doing this for a while, and like the generations just keep getting younger. I can't fathom where we're at.
We're on a slow march to the graveyard. That's what we're doing.
Well, Paul Thorn here in Studio C. This is a good one. This is for the record books today. We enjoy having you here.
Okay.
How about one more song for us?
Okay. I'm going to have to tune for this last song.
Yep. And Paul Thorn is playing tonight at Goodyear Theater. Tickets are still available for that show tonight. Full band, the Paul Thorn Band. And it's right here in Akron, Ohio. Welcome back.
Say something else.
All right. I do believe Paul has a good history playing in Cleveland, and playing at Music Box fairly often. You like that place, right? The Music Box?
Sure.
Yeah, it's a great spot.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, but listen, when you come right to Akron, Ohio, Rubber City, that's the way to go. You got to be here, doing the Goodyear, and you were over there doing sound check already, right? Did you get to step in and see the performance space there?
They were setting up. I had to leave. It's a beautiful theater, though.
Yeah, dates back to like 30s and 40s, and what's amazing about that Goodyear Theater is it was never open to the public till like 2016. 2017. It was always just for Goodyear private company events. That's the world headquarters right there, right across the street.
All right.
I
believe you. Okay, thank y'all for having me today. It meant a lot. And I'm going to sing the title cut of my record. The song's called Life is Just a Vapor. And I'll tell you how this song happened. I had the great honor and privilege of being friends with John Prine when he was alive. And he was a mentor of mine. And I got to open up. He used to let me open up for him a lot. And one night after we did it, I opened up for him. He invited me and the 3 guys that were sweeping off the stage, the janitors. He invited me and them 3 janitors to come back to his suite at the hotel and have some ice cream. So I went and I had a wonderful time. And the next day I got on Facebook and I told the world, hey, y'all, I got to hang out with John Prine and eat ice cream, blah, blah, blah. And right when I posted it, his manager called my manager and said, take that post down. He said, John is a severe diabetic and his wife, Fiona, is going to kill him for eating ice cream. So I got John in trouble, But, that being said, there's a scripture in the Bible that says life is just a vapor. And it's really true. Life is short. And the things that me and John was doing was just enjoying a moment of life. And, the song, I made a choice to, instead of fearing death, I'm just going to enjoy life. How about you? Me and John Prine was eating ice cream at the DoubleTree in Sweet 1019. Don't tell Fiona, she won't understand. Life is a vapor, let's live it while we can. I took Mama fishing, put her lunch in a sack. We caught a few brim, but we threw them all back. It don't matter that she don't know who I am. Life is a vapor, let's live it while we can. Every day's a gift. Breathe in and hold it. Every day's a gift. Is gone before you know it. Life is just a vapor. 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 Most Sunday evenings, me and my friends get together where the driveway ends. We bring our guitars, we have a little jam. Life is a vapor, let's live it while we can. Every day's a gift. Breathe in and hold it. Every day's a gift. Is gone before you know it. Life is just a vapor. Oh, life is just a vapor. Life is just a vapor. Oh, life is just a vapor. These beautiful moments will never come again. Life is a vapor, so let's live it while we can. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, I'll do it someday. Turns into time just slipping away. The hourglass is running out of sand. Life is a vapor, let's live it while we can. Every day's a gift. Breathe in and hold it. Every day's a gift. Is gone before you know it. Life is just a vapor. Oh, life is just a vapor. Oh, life is just a vapor. Life is just a vapor. Thank you.
Well, that is the great Paul Thorn here in Studio C on the Summit. Hey, and Paul, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I'm wondering if you might do it as a super secret encore bonus track. I think our audience would love Half the Folks. Half the Folks as a big wrap up. I hope you don't have to tune a whole bunch for that one.
Not much.
Not much. Okay, good.
A little bit.
Yeah, this was one that Paul played in at the Opry when I saw him last fall, and I admit I didn't even know this song at that point. It was the first time I had encountered this song, and it was like if anyone was like, "Who's this guy?" By the end of this song, they loved you. They were out of the palm of your hand, you know.
Love takes time. That was lust.
So, yeah, one more. Is that all right with everyone? Just one more with Paul Thorn today.
All right. Well, when I was about 10 years old, I was riding my banana seat bicycle down the sidewalk, and I saw something tiny on the side of the road, and it was a baby skunk that had got away from its mama. So I picked that little skunk up, I put him in a T-shirt, and took him home. I named him Wilbur. And so me and Wilbur became friends, and I'd go out there every day. My mama let me keep him in an empty chicken coop. And so I'd go out there and play with him and feed him. And a few weeks went by, and then about a month into having him, I picked him up to play with him, and he figured out that he was a skunk, and he sprayed me good. And, you know, Wilbur is like a lot of people you meet in life. At first, it seems like a good idea to get in a relationship with them, and then they start stinking. reunion is going on today. My relatives have all flown in from places far away. As we sit there eating chicken, it hits me like a truck. I don't like half the folks I love. Me and my former best friend had a big falling out. I caught him with my wife, so I punched him in the mouth. We just can't hang out anymore, but I still wish them luck. I don't like half the folks I love. God knows they're all dear to me, but if the truth be told, I like it when they come, but I love it when they go. I'm sure they've got good qualities, but the bad ones cover them up. I don't like half the folks I love. My alcoholic buddies are fun to hang around. When we drink together, peace and joy abound. But sometimes they bring me one more shot when they know I've had enough. I don't like half the folks I love. God knows they're all dear to me, but if the truth be told, I like it when they come, but I love it when they go. I'm sure they've got good qualities, but the bad ones cover them up. I don't like half the folks I love. In this world we live in, this I guarantee, we all need more tolerance to get along peacefully. But I'm not as nice as Jesus, and I really am fed up. I don't like half the folks I love. God knows they're out dear to me, but if the truth be told, I like it when they come, but I love it when they go. I'm sure they've got good qualities, but the bad ones cover them up. I don't like half the folks I love. Oh, I don't like half the folks I love. Thank you.
Oh, well, there you have it. Yep. Words that are relatable to virtually anyone who has a family. That's Paul Thorn here in Studio C. Thank you to our sponsors, Wayside Furniture and Blind and Sons. One more hand, everybody. Paul Thorn. And the Paul Thorn Band is at the Goodyear Theater in Akron tonight. So welcome back to Ohio, and thanks so much. And thank you to everyone in our audience. Thanks for supporting local independent public radio and being members of the Summit FM. Paul Thorn, everybody. Yes.